Hi, my name is Francisco Villa, the CEO of Global Foods. We are purveyors of the best donuts in Ghana. I'm a customer of M-Notify, and I've been using M-Notify for the past 6 years. I started from the SMS, and then I went on to the chatbot. 6 years ago, before we started using M-Notify's chatbot, on Valentine's Day, we had so many orders. I mean, we're missing some of the details. We forgot to few people's spare orders. I mean, it was overwhelming. And when M-Notify presented the solution, the chatbot solution, it solved almost 100% of our problems. We can automate our orders, we can handle customer inquiries, we can take their payments, have a CRM to take our customers, send them SMS. I mean, the solution was fantastic, and it saved our day. Every time it's whether it's Valentine's Day or a regular day order, using a chatbot has saved our day and made our business even scale even further.
Engage, delight, and retain your customers now.
I recommend M-Notify. I love M-Notify, and I still use M-Notify.
I am Christopher, the director for Jaffa's City of Practical Studies. And M-Notify platform for 3 years now. And I must say that our services are great. From their text messaging platform, their voice messaging platform, their phone call. And what I love about them is their chatbot service. The chatbot service actually makes our WhatsApp messaging and engagement very easy and convenient for everything we do here. There are others in business owner, a startup, and you want a very reliable service provider which will give you the best service in these areas I've mentioned. Trust me, guys, M-Notify is the best. They have the best culture which will respond to you anytime, any day. You don't have any technical challenge with them. That's what I love about them. Trust me.
Engage, delight, and retain your customers now.
Just forget any other. Choose M-Notify and help with it.
Ready to sell more and earn more with your business social media accounts? With 247 assistance, Chatbot Africa's WhatsApp and Instagram shop. Take orders, accept refunds, and take customer feedback anytime, anywhere, even when you are offline. Transform your shop with mobile payments, product catalog, sales insights. Connect with Dispatch Friday Spark for free product delivery. Bid farewell to late night orders. Our WhatsApp and Instagram shop offers 247 FAQ support, ensuring your customers are always ready. Accept mobile money payments around the globe and witness your business to heights. Chatbot Africa, your social commerce game changer. Seize the social commerce revolution. Act now and revolutionize your business with Chatbot Africa
Hi, my name is Francisco Villa, the CEO of Global Foods. We are purveyors of the best donuts in Ghana. I'm a customer of M-Notify, and I've been using M-Notify for the past 6 years.
New product are posted. But I'm checking out the market.
Hello, good evening once again. Thank you all so much for joining today's session. My name is Sarah from M-Notify, and we are going to be starting shortly. Please plead with everyone to kindly mute your microphones when you do. All right, we just do it from here. All right, thank you very much for joining. My name is Sarah, and good to see you all today. Good to meet you all. We'll be starting shortly, but before we start, I just want to have a short session. I'd like to know how many of you are joining any webinar by M-Notify for the first time. You can just use the emojis side, or you can just raise your hand. We just want to see constant webinar attendees and also our new people as well. Wow, that's good to know. Thank you all very much for always taking the time to join us. We appreciate it. We don't take your time for granted. That's why we'll be starting very shortly, because we wouldn't want to take much of your time. Thank you so much for joining. And once again, please try to mute yourself when you join the call. It's going to be a very insightful session. We have a very seasoned person, a very experienced person who is going to teach us all some tools and some things that we didn't know, some things that we may already know, but we don't really know how they are useful to our businesses. So let's all be open to learning. At the end of the session, we'll open up the chat session, or we are going to let you unmute and ask any questions you may have. Please feel free to share the link with your colleagues or friends that may want to join this session as well. it's open to everyone and not limited to only M-Notify customers or anyone that knows M-Notify. It's open to all. All right, so I'll be doing this with my co-host or my co-colleagues, Ronald and Mary. Ronald and Mary, can you say hi and something short before we proceed to introduce our speaker for today?
Okay, thank you very much, Sarah. I didn't expect to be called on the call, but I'm happy to be here. And it's always a pleasure to hear from or to be on the same call with our customers and also to learn from seasoned experts. So I look forward to learning as well.
All right, thank you very much, Ronald. Mary, would you like to say something as well?
So yes, I'm excited to be here. There's always something new to learn, and I look forward to learning today. And thank you all for joining once again.
All right, thank you very much, Mary. So, like I mentioned, we are going to dive right into it, and we hope that we are all able to learn something from this session. I'm briefly going to introduce our speaker, by name Mr. Stephen Boadi. Mr. Boadi is a marketing, communication, digital technology, and people development consultant with over 20 years of experience. He has worked with leading institutions such as MTN Ghana, Prudential Bank, Enterprise Group, Geo Properties, Star Ghana, and many more. Mr. Stephen is also a public speaker, a media resource person. He's a podcaster and trainer on various aspects of marketing, communication, and digital technology. He's a SEM UK tutor as well as a speaker and facilitator at such events as Social Media Week in Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, IAA Africa Rising, Mobile West Africa, Block Camp, Bar Camp, Seamless West Africa, and iWeek. As we can all tell, we are in good hands today. And Mr. Stephen is very experienced with over 20 years of experience. We know very well that today we are going home with something that is going to help our businesses grow. He's a marketing and communication expert, so definitely we are going to learn tools that are going to help us to market our businesses well and how to probably communicate as well. So thank you all for your time again. And Mr. Stephen, good evening.
Good evening, Sarah, and good evening, Ronald, and everyone. Good to be here.
Good evening. We are so honored to have you today. Thank you so much for taking some time to be with us today. We really appreciate your time, and we are grateful that you accepted to do this for us. So I'm going to fully hand over to you to take over the session. And after you are done, or once you are done, if there's time, we'll open the chat session for people to ask any questions they may have.
All right, thank you. Once again, good evening, everyone. It's a joy to be here, and thanks for the opportunity to. I always say that these opportunities are not really to speak. I'm here to the way I put it is to connect, share, and learn from everyone else. Okay, so let's make this a conversation. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen once I project it, please. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you very much. So over the next 30 minutes, I'm going to share on this topic that I've been given, digital engagement tools for every small business, that every small business should be using in 2025. Like Sarah said, some of these tools may be tools that you already know, but hopefully we're all going to learn even more engaging ways of using them so that we can all be able to run our businesses more efficiently. Without wasting time, the way I've structured it is I've structured it in 5 main areas. So 5 different categories of tools that we would use. And I'll give examples for each of them. But just to lay a foundation, I want to say that engagement is really the bedrock of every operation when it comes to SMEs and even any business. Like we often say, reach is easy to get through social media. Reach and awareness are very easy to get, but it's engagement that leads to conversion. And we run businesses for profit. And so without people engaging with our content or whatever we are putting out there, we will not be able to, they will not buy. They are engaged to buy. Okay. So that's essentially the foundation. Now, it's even more important now because it's the way that we'll be able to attract and retain and also delight our customers. If we don't engage them, we'll not be able to even delight them. I often put it this way, and especially online, you engage to be engaged. Nobody wants to be on your platform and be ignored. The same way that people don't like to be ignored, even in person. Okay, so engagement is very critical. But there are various ways that we engage. It's also important that these tools are used to level the playing field. For a lot of us SMEs, we don't have the budget to be able to compete with big businesses, but we can be very engaging. By being very engaging, we can wow our customers. So we level the playing field. Plus, some of these tools can automate the process. So even while we're asleep, for example, our businesses can still be running. We can still be engaging our customers and things. And then we can also build lasting relationships with them. For example, your DM will not be clogged with messages because you don't have time to respond to them. There are tools that will enable us to be able to respond to some of these messages quickly and promptly. Okay, so let's delve into it. The first one I've got is social media management platforms. Essentially, most of us as SMEs find ourselves on multiple platforms. The reality is that if you have to be on all these platforms and also be very, very responsive on social media, it's going to be a struggle. Okay. Plus, also sell your products and services, it's going to be a struggle. So, what we do is we use tools we call social media management tools. So sometimes we call it community management tools to be able to run these. We use them to create content. We use them to schedule content. We use them to also post content, also even do our analytics. So this is why it's important. It's essential because it enables us to be able to build our presence and have a uniform brand awareness across platforms, and also be able to drive traffic without us being involved too actively and doing it manually. Okay. Now, these are some of the things that you need to look out for. For each of the tools that I'll recommend, each category, I'll try and list out some things you need to look out for because there are numerous tools out there. M-Notify, for example, has tools for various engagement activities in for SMEs, for businesses. Other businesses in Ghana have them. There are some multinational ones and all. But these are key things I would say you need to look out for when you are choosing any tool. So for social media management tool, for example, it should allow you to be able to schedule posts and also publish them. Have a unified inbox. So you're managing only one inbox, like your DMs come to only one inbox. It's very, very critical. Also, be able to manage comments from one area. Now, the other thing I've got here is something we call listening tools. Now, I'll talk a lot more about that when it comes to, I think it is number 6 on the list. Okay. But let me say it here that listening tools are tools that we use to be able to tap into conversations about our brands. So people don't have to DM us directly, or they don't even have to tag us. But if we are using the right keywords and the right tags, we'll be able to listen to conversations about our brands. So, for example, if you are into jollof, for example, we'll be able to listen to, if you are like, let's say, a jollof seller, for example, you're in a restaurant, you're able to tap into conversations about the type of things people like to eat with their jollof, because there will be conversations going on social media, not necessarily people tagging you, but because you're using these listening tools, be able to tap into those conversations and use those to be able to deliver the service that people expect of you. Okay, we'll delve into that in detail as we go on. So let's look at some of the tools. I'm sure a lot of you, these are the ones I'm recommending. A lot of you may have heard of Hootsuite. If you haven't heard of it, that's fine, no problem. But Hootsuite is really one of the industry leaders when it comes to social media management tools. It does both post scheduling across platforms. So let's say you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on multiple platforms. You can schedule your post from one platform. Okay, it does social listening. We call it Hootsuite Streams. That's what their own is called. It does the analytics. And analytics, for those of you who don't know it, is all the numbers and everything, the pattern of engagement that's happening behind your platform. Okay, the numbers, what's going on behind your platform. So it does that also for you. Most businesses love it. What I'll say is that it has a trial version. I'll always recommend that use the trial version. If it works for you, then if you can afford it, you buy the paid for version. Okay, but that's one that I'll recommend. The next one I recommend is the Meta Business Suite. If you're not using it now and you're doing a lot or everything from your Facebook or Instagram directly, I recommend it to you that you move on to Meta Business Suite. It's free. It allows you to manage your Instagram and your Facebook from one space. You can see all your posts, how they are doing, see all the analytics, be able to respond to all your comments, DMs, and the rest, all from the same space. Okay. There's another one called Buffer. It does a similar thing. Because of time, I won't dwell too much on it. But let me know if you can hear the sound from this video.
No, we can't hear.
I think what I'll probably do is when I finish this, I'll send the deck to Mary so you can watch the videos and everything and get them. Okay, that also saves us time. Does that work, please?
Yes, please.
Okay, all right. So I'll send it to Mary, or well, Mary's my contact. I'm notified. So for you, the SMEs, if you contact M Notify, I'm sure you'll get it and you'll be able to look at it. Okay, all right. The next category is what I call CRM, what we call customer relationship management tools. Now, this is very, very important. For a lot of us, we even keep details of our customers in our notebooks. Let me say it here. It's not a smart way to run a business. Things have moved on. You need to really have a CRM, or I wouldn't say a contact list, because a CRM is more than a contact list. And as I will explain, it's more than that. Some of us keep it in Excel, like a spreadsheet. So you have all the details, the name, address, phone number of your customers. A few years ago, I would have said that was fine. But no, today I'll say no, it's not fine. We need to upgrade. We need to get a more comprehensive platform that will do everything for us. Remember, the era we are in today, if we're going to be successful, we need to know our customers very well. Not only know them as in their details, like what the banks will call KYC, but also know even what we call, for example, sometimes what we call customer lifetime value. Also be able to tell the sales pipeline and even marketing efforts. What emails are they receiving from us? What WhatsApp are they receiving from us? All those things. So CRMs are platforms that allow you to be able to track almost every engagement, every activity that you have with your customers. It's very, very important. Okay. Now, some examples that I will show. Now, this is why they're essential. They help you to centralize customer information, track interactions. So, for example, if you are the owner, you have assistants that help you. If you get a call from a customer today saying that, oh, their order hasn't arrived, you can log it into the system, the CRM. So tomorrow, when one of your your assistants is speaking to the customer, they'll be able to know what engagement has happened to the customer, what the customer called about, and be able to know what they are inquiring about on the next day. I hope you understand what I mean. In the same way, if you are tracking their sales, for example, and you know, or even tracking leads, you'll be able to know, all right, at what point are we with this lead? How close are we to closing a sale? All those things are important. So it tracks all these things. What do you need to look out for in choosing a good one? It should help you to do contact management, your basic name, address, telephone number, and all those things. Track leads from those that are like cold leads to hot leads to leads that are converting into sales. Be able to track them. Then the sales pipeline as well. Okay, task automation. So, for example, if you need to send emails, send receipts, send, let's say, invoices, a proper CRM will help you to be able to do all these things. It's a bit like what Salesforce, if some of you have heard of Salesforce, what it does. Okay. And then also it integrates with all your marketing efforts. Most the good ones do that. So if you are going to choose one, look out for these things. Again, the number that I've got here, the one that I've used regularly and I really, really recommend to you is HubSpot CRM. Okay, HubSpot, like Suite, is an industry leader. You can do that. Again, I've got a video here, but I've got other ones here. They all do almost the same things, but because of time, I won't dwell too much on it. So again, when you get it, you can watch this video on HubSpot, and it will help you to be able to understand it better and be able to make a decision which one you want to go for. But I'll recommend this highly. Okay, not because you're going to give me money. No, they don't give me money. Then, of course, like we often say, your content is what tells your story, and that's what initiates the engagement. If your content is not content that one is engaging, is disruptive, and is compelling, people will not even engage with your content on your platforms. So we need to go back to even generating our content. And today, I would say that there are tools out there, especially AI-powered tools, that enable you to be able to run almost a full marketing agency from your desktop or even from your phone. Okay, so it's your virtual marketing assistant. You can use it to create content that help you to be able to generate ideas. Okay, write copy, design visuals quickly. And you will see some of them. I'm sure you're already using, and you see some of them how they work. Again, these are the things you do. They reduce the time and effort that you require to create your content. Some of you may have tried things like Canva, CapCut, and all those things. Okay, all these are good ones, but there are two that I recommend to you. Okay, now to look at what you need to look out for, they should help you to be able. They should be like text generative, like what we call like generative AI. You should be able to use text to generate different things. So, for example, you are typing in text, asking it to create, let's say, a picture or a video or create sample posts and things like that. That's how you should be able to do it. Okay, but some of them also you can even upload your images or your videos and prompt it to do different things, edit them or do different things to it. Okay, design templates and all those things. You can even use it to create what I call like your brand guidelines. Okay, because as you run your business, you need to also think about having an identity so that people will recognize your brand wherever they see it. Okay, and Canva AI, for example, can use it to create your brand guidelines, to create your brand assets that you use over the years. Okay, now the tool that I recommend, of course, we've all heard of ChatGPT. I know it's overused, sort of, but I still say it's the number one when it comes to generative AI. The challenge is that a lot of us are not using it very effectively. So the first thing I often say to clients is get the AI to know you. Create your own bio, create your own persona. And then also, if you're going to use ChatGPT, have an email you are using and use that email consistently. If you use it for other purposes, for your business, have just one email so that it knows what kind of business you are into, because it learns from the prompts that you're putting in and what you're generating from it. So it's very important that you use it that way. Okay. Also learn how to write great prompts. The more informed the platform is, the more accurate, the more relevant the response that it will give you. Okay. Then, of course, there's Canva AI. Now, Canva AI, I would say, is one of the best things that has happened to Canva since it started. Now, Canva, we all know we used to use it to create our flyers and things like that. But Canva AI is now also a generative AI platform. While you put in prompts, it can even create your videos, create your memos, create your MOUs, all those things that you need to be able to run a business. But more importantly, when it comes to engagement, you can use it to also create your content that you need to put out there on your platforms to generate engagement. Okay. Again, I've got a video here that you can watch and be able to learn more about it. Next one I've got is email marketing. Now, people often ask me that, do emails work in Ghana? And I'll say yes. The only reason why you may say emails don't work is that you yourself, you haven't built a great or a relevant email list. Now, here's the catch. You need to get people to opt into your mailing list. What a lot of us do is every time somebody gives us their email address, we add it to our list, and then we start sending them all sorts of content, also emails, what I normally call junk. If you do that, because people haven't opted in, they will spam you. Okay, what they'll do is that they will either block you or spam you. And so what you need to do is, the name of the game we say is permission-based marketing. And this is how I often encourage you to do it. When somebody comes to your shop or you go to an exhibition, wherever you go, you meet people. Once they come to your stand, the last thing you want to do is ask them politely. Every now and then, we send updates to our clients. Would you mind me adding you to our mailing list or our WhatsApp list? There they will say yes or no. Now from there, what I often ask people to do is send them a welcome email. That welcome email introduces your business strategy. There's the recall as well. And from that welcome email, if there's a link, put a link there for them to click and go to a page where they can personalize the kind of content they want to receive from you. I'll give myself as an example. If for whatever reason, I go into a shop to go and buy, let's say, a makeup kit for my wife or for my girlfriend or whoever today, it doesn't mean that I want to receive updates about makeup every day. That's what I'm saying. So the fact that you got my email doesn't mean that be sending me stuff about makeup every day. People need to express their interest in receiving specific things from you. That also means that on your email list, you need to categorize or segment the list. You don't send the same messages to everyone. Same way that I'm sure a lot of us will send SMS to everyone. So we say we send it to 1,000 people. You are only, let's say, 100 people are probably interested in our messages. So that's the starting point. You need to have a list that people have opted in, and keep that list maintained. When people ask you to come off the list, take them off the list. Okay. Now this is important because email, like WhatsApp, is more visual than the usual SMS that we have. It's clickable as well. Normally for businesses, what you want to do is use email to create what we call like your newsletter. So whether it's weekly or monthly, you're sending updates from your business, new products, what's new at in the business, all those things. You send these to people. This is very different from the one-to-one email that you're sending to people about specific, let's say, orders and things like that. Very, very different. Okay. All right. Now, let me also add that this kind of email blast that you do, you can't use your Outlook or your regular Gmail for it. Okay. You need to use what we call email marketing software to do that. And that's what we're talking about here. Okay. Now, the key features to use, for example, are sometimes, because you need to design them, they will look like a web page. So the drag and drop functionality is very, very important. You can easily just drag an image, put it in there, put a text box there, or to say all of a sudden it looks like a beautifully designed flyer or a beautifully designed web page for you. Okay. You need to also customize the template. So have a different template, for example, for product updates, have a different template for monthly news, all those things. You need to be able to do that. And then segment your audience. Because a good email marketing software, has a CRM that's linked to it. So you'll be able to segment it. This one only receives messages about, let's say, food. This other address receives only messages about clothing. Things like segment them that way. Okay. All right. Now, these are some of the ones I recommend. Again, the top two that I've tried and I recommend from here are MailChimp and Constant Contact. You can look these up and then be able to, and all of them offer free trial. Try it first before you get on to using them. Okay. The next one, which I'll talk about here, is this Sarah? Please let me know when it's like 5 minutes of my time. I know I've only 30 minutes, please. Yeah. Now, messaging platforms like WhatsApp and even Messenger, the one from Meta, are great for doing a couple of things. They are great, for example, for WhatsApp. It's great for both one-to-many messaging, what you use your WhatsApp business for. And here I'm talking about WhatsApp business, not the regular WhatsApp that you use. And also for one-to-one messaging. Okay, they are great because sometimes, and then they are great because one, they help you to do a blast, but also to take it on from there to where you are engaging specific customers one-on-one. Okay, let's also remember that WhatsApp is the biggest social media platform in Ghana. It's the first place people go to before they go everywhere else. That's the one they spend most time on. Okay, plus because yes, I just talked about emails, but most people still don't check their emails. So it's always good if you can get people to opt into your WhatsApp list. It's great. Again, remember what I said. Get people to opt in. Don't spam people. Okay. Now let's look at some of the features that you will need. If you're using WhatsApp business, create a business profile. Okay. So people, when they come there on the platform, they can see what your business is about, the look and feel of your business, all those things. Have your business catalog there, have your contact details, all those things there. People can even scan from there and be able to go onto your website and things like that. These should be basic that you have there. And so whatever messaging platform you use, they should have these. And the one I recommend to you is WhatsApp Business. I know people who run their entire business only from WhatsApp Business. They don't use any other social media platform. And it works for them. For as long as your core customers and who you are targeting have opted in and they're happy to receive your messages, hallelujah. Run your business from there. Yeah? Okay. For Facebook Messenger, I would say that one of the reasons why I like it is when you start running ads, there's a category of ads that we call message ads, where, for example, you target people within a specific geolocation. So let's say you live in Westlands. You are, let's say, a Wache joint, a Westlands. You can target people within a certain radius. So that whenever they come within the radius, they'll get a message on their phone that, let's say, for today only, you can get 10% discount from this Wache joint. Okay. So they can start engaging you via Messenger. Those are message ads that you send out, you run. Okay. So that's a great one. You can again engage with that way. But I'll recommend WhatsApp Business for everyone. Okay. Again, that's the video there. I think this is the last one. The last one I've got here is what I call social listening. Now, this is why it's important. Now, whether we like it or not, people are always having conversations about our brands, about our businesses. Our job is to make sure that we tap into the conversation, listen in so we can participate in the conversation. And there are two ways we participate in the conversation. If it's something bad that's being posted about our business or about our brand, we can be able to respond to it. Well, like we say in crisis management, the earlier you learn about any potential crisis, the better your chances of resolving that crisis. Okay. So, for example, somebody might buy something from you and they may find that they are not happy with the product. This is what we would do is the first place they will go is go onto Twitter or go to any of these platforms and post it there that I bought this from here. It's not what was promised. Whatever, I'm disappointed. If you are not tapping into that conversation, the longer that post stays up, the more people see it, the wider the reach, and the more likely that people will decide not to do business with you. So it's important that you tap into that conversation. Number two, people are also online on social media expressing their interests, their passions, and their frustrations about certain brands. What you need to do then is listen to those conversations so you know what we call your pain points and be able to provide the service for them and be the market leader. So people may be all disappointed with your competitors. The only way you learn about it is by listening to conversations that they're having about your competitors, so you can be able to provide that service that they're looking for and be able to steal business from your competitors. So it's important that we engage in social listening and brand monitoring. Again, there are tools out there some of them that you can have a trial, and after the trial, you can then buy the version that you want. But the basic one I recommend to all of you is what we call Google Alerts. It's free. For as long as you have a Gmail, I think even if you don't have a Gmail, you can sign up for it. Now, Google Alerts, what you do is you sign up for it, go to Google Alerts, just Google Alerts, go to there, sign up, and then put in keywords about your business and also about anything that's related to your business. Then you specify whether you want to receive alerts daily, as they happen or whatever. Do that. Now, what then happens is that you get these alerts in your inbox. The challenge with this one is that it doesn't, unlike Brand 24 or Brand Watch, it's not AI powered. It doesn't give you the analytics. So it doesn't also give you, for example, also recommendations on how to even respond to them. It doesn't give you sentiment analysis. Okay, that's the deficiency there. But at least it's a start. You get to know the conversations about your brand if you are doing that. Okay, so I recommend that to you. Everybody jump on, sign up for it, and then start using it. Yeah. All right. So again, this video we can't watch it because, like you said, you can't get the sound. But when you get the deck, you'll be able to watch all these videos, and there's a lot more that's packed in there for you. Just to conclude, let me say that by embracing these digital engagement tools, you can create seamless conversations and relationship with your customers. Remember, the better you know your customers, the more engaged you are with your customers, the easier it is for you to close business with them. That's the whole catch. Okay. What I encourage you to do is focus on the tools and their features. Okay. Not just on which tool is the most the coolest or whatever. No, but look at the features. Do they address the needs that you have? Very, very important. And also use them actively and effectively. There's no point in signing up for any of these tools and not use them actively. Use them actively and use whatever you're getting from it to improve your business. Thank you very much. I'll hand over back to Sarah, please.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Stephen.
You
this
can
has
call
been
me
very
Naasei. You can call me Naasei.
Okay, thank you very much, Naasei. We are grateful for your time and for these insights. We are going to open up for a few questions. If you have any question, please raise your hand, and then we'll take it one person at a time. So please raise your hand first. When you are called, you can proceed, and then from there we go to the next person. You can also type it in the chat if you don't want to speak out. All right, so Jonathan, please unmute and go ahead.
Okay. Please, am I being heard?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Thank you very much, and thanks to the facilitator also. I think the greater part of his presentation, I was missing some of the things that he was talking about. I was asking if we could get a recording of it, or probably get where we can get the document that he shared, because there are important nuggets that he shared there that we would like to have it accessible so that we can revisit it after this conversation.
Okay, all right. So I have put a link to our WhatsApp channel in the chat. You can check that out and follow our WhatsApp channel. We'll be sharing the recording link there, and also the tools that he mentioned and the documents, as well as the videos that we couldn't watch because of the audio issue. We'll share everything there for you to listen or watch. So please click on the link in the chats to follow our channel and be updated. All right, Enoch, please go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. In fact, I am very grateful for this opportunity. And to the facilitator, we say thank you and God bless you. But my question is, talk of listening to, audience having talks about or reviewing your product. is it necessary, or do you see it appropriate to delete, personally take off any negative feedbacks or remarks that you feel it could damage your brand and reduce productivity? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Enoch. I'll answer this in two ways. Let me deal with the easy one first. What I often tell clients is the way social media works is within seconds of somebody posting anything on your platform, people have already screenshot it and they have it. They've got the evidence. Okay. Now, deleting posts that you don't like sometimes to people who are on the platform is an indication that indeed what the person posted could be right. Okay. So I don't encourage people to delete posts. Rather, respond to the post by addressing whatever negative they've posted. Okay. For example, somebody might post that, oh, I bought this product and it had, let's say, something. I'll give an example. I used to work for a company called PZ Cousins. They own Cousins Baby. Okay. If there are any moms or these are even that, we all buy baby lotion for our babies. Now, somebody went to a shop in Nigeria, bought the baby lotion, and normally she look milky, she look like milk. They opened it and squeezed a bit into their palm. What they found was that it looked like Tampico. Okay. So straight away, they took a picture and posted it on Nairaland. Nairaland, I think, is still one of the biggest blogging platforms in Nigeria after the KG and the rest. And because I was using social listening tools, I was head of digital marketing for Africa then. I was somewhere in Manchester. Within seconds, I got an alert that somebody had posted this thing because I was using the right keywords. What happened was I got out of the meeting room, called my colleagues in Nigeria and said to them, go to this platform, DM the person, and let's follow up. Let's recall those products. Those of you who have worked in FMCG, every product that comes off the assembly line, we have batch numbers. We can recall them. We didn't delete it because if we had deleted it, the next minute, other moms would have come to say, oh, me too. I saw one where they said these is PZ all their baby lotion. That's how it looks. So it becomes a crisis. You don't want that. That's why I said the earlier you get to know about the challenge, the better, so you can respond to it. When you're responding to it, be truthful. Like we always say in crisis management, be truthful and transparent. If you do that, then you don't need to delete it, but respond in the same space. So, for example, respond as in a comment on the reply to the person who posted that. Other people there will see both comments in the same space. That's how I treat this. Of course, there are also these people who we call trolls. They will post just anything for attention. Okay. Sometimes for people like that, I can guarantee you your own followers on the same platform know it when the person is a troll and they're only attacking you to get attention or whatever. You don't respond to those. The first thing I'll ask you to do is you DM them and say to them that this community has community guidelines. You are breaching community guidelines. If you continue to do that, I will delete you or I'll block you. Then come to the platform and put a post that we've noticed some of you are breaching community guidelines. May we remind you that here are the community guidelines. So, like, let me even step back and say, for every platform, whether it's your Facebook or whatever, the about area, write what we call community guidelines. Things to say, like, for example, we use respectful language, we don't insult, we don't talk about other competitors here, all those things that you want to put in there. So everybody on your platform knows there are community guidelines. When you welcome people to your WhatsApp group, send the community guidelines to them. So people know how they are supposed to behave on the platform. When trolls come and they are misbehaving and you draw their attention to it, if they continue to do it, then you are right to block them. And other people on the platform will even tell them they are breaching the community rules. That's how I will respond to it. I don't know if Mary, I know you are an expert. Do you want to respond to this? You have a lot of experience in this. Or anybody else can comment, please.
I agree with your response. When issues like this come up, it's better it is addressed in public, as the what's it called? The complaint was also made in public. That
Exactly.
way, it prevents any it prevents the customers or whoever is seeing the communication going on from thinking otherwise or feeling you may be hiding something. So, in the open, when it is addressed, once the solution is provided, it is right to also let everyone know this intervention has been put in place to resolve whatever issue it was. That way, you gain more credibility with your audience.
Exactly.
Yes.
Great. Thank you very much. We hope your question has been answered to your satisfaction. I think we had two more people, so we'll take the last two and then we wrap up. Emmanuel's hand was up, but I think maybe he has dropped off. So Daniel, please, if you still want to ask your question, Daniel Kweku Sechia, sorry, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, and I would like to thank Mr. Stephen or Naasei for the apt insight. Mine is more of, I'm throwing a thought out there. I don't know if it's a question, but I was wondering when he was going through his presentation, almost all the tools I realized were foreign tools, and it has been one of the major challenges for businesses in this part of our world. So I was throwing a thought out there since M Notify it's a tech company. And I saw Ronald saying that you guys are building something. I want to know what the issue is since you guys are in the digital space. What is the main issue with indigenous tech companies not being able to build tools for their own people?
Okay, great. Ronald has laughed, so maybe he would
Has
answer
he
as
left?
Sam said. Asana said has also spoken.
Is he still here? Is Ronald still here?
Yes, he is.
Yes, I'm very much here and listening to the conversations. Am I audible?
Yes, yes. So you go on,
Uh,
and then maybe I'll add a bit. You go, please.
Okay, so I mean, first and foremost, thank you very much for the insights, Mr. Widi. I mean, I've been listening and asking myself, okay, I'm not sure what are we missing now, what are we not doing, what can we do better? And I mean, I've learned a lot. But to answer the question, I mean, yes, the truth is that I mean there are very good tech companies in Ghana, and most of the time, the struggle with developing some of these tools is the fact that the culture and the culture of maybe entrepreneurs and the mindset doesn't make them see a lot of value in some of these tools. So, I mean, you might invest a lot to build a CRM, but the price that you quote and the amount of people willing to pay that same price might not match. So then it sort of makes it look like you are not running a profitable venture. So that's one of the reasons why maybe a lot of local organizations would not, or local tech firms will not invest much in developing a CRM tool or like certain level of tools. Because when I mean they develop that and they charge a 10,000 CDs or a 5,000, very few people would pay. But say if you use the likes of the Zoho and the rest, I mean, because they have economies of scale, they also end up charging very little, right? So maybe they might charge a $10, $15. But remember that they have a wider market and investor fund, so then they can charge less for the same amount of software. That I believe is one of the big challenges that a lot of local tech companies face. But that notwithstanding, I'm also happy to announce that we are working on a CRM that will be releasing very soon. It's part of our phone anchor call center solution. For those of you who don't know our call center solution, we have a call center solution that helps you to streamline all of your customer engagements, your calls, and all of that. And for a very long time, we realized that even us as M Notify, we need to have something local. So my mindset as a CEO is always to build things that is relevant to M Notify, then we give it to our customers as well. So we are currently testing it out internally, rolling it out and all of that. And once it's ready, we'll let Mr. Steven as well try it out and make sure it meets very industry standards, and then we push that out. I mean, I'm happy that he also spoke about WhatsApp business. I'm also glad to see that We have AI-powered chatbots integrated with WhatsApp, Instagram. That also helps you streamline all of your conversations and be able to then now understand your customers. I mean, customer service is very, very important in this time and age where your customers can easily switch from you to a competitor, and how you listen to them and how you are quickly able to respond to them is very crucial. And I'm happy that he has touched on all of that. But to answer the question, I mean, it's a matter of economies of scale and also the mindset of local entrepreneurs being willing to pay much for the value that they are getting. So that mismatch always makes us as tech entrepreneurs look for the best place to get the most return on investment. So I might not be developing a CRM tool or another tool. But Mr. Naasei, maybe if you don't want to add to the thoughts that I've shared.
Thank you very much, Ronald. You can always call me Naasei, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, so just to answer for myself to start with, the only reason why I didn't cite a lot of local platforms is one, I didn't want to come here and promote other people's business. So, and you notice that I gave a general idea of what to look out for. So when you are out there, whether you're going to M-Notify or Habitat or whoever, you know what to look out for. But of course, there are some local developers that are building great platforms here that you can use, you can start with. Next, I would say that what Ronald talked about is very, very true. It comes down to numbers. It always comes down to numbers. And we need to come to a point where, as local businesses, we patronize local businesses. Now, one of the reasons why and Mary will tell you, one of the reasons why I'm excited about speaking on platforms like this is that these I call communities. And on communities like this, if M-Notify is not already doing it, one of the things M-Notify should be doing is learning about everyone here and our challenges, so that as an industry player, they can think ahead and start developing solutions for the challenges that we're always talking about on this platform. Are we okay? And we too, when they come back to us, asking us to test the platforms, participate in it, we are part of the development. There's something we call, and Ronald will tell you this better, we call it co-creation. We need to join them, collaborate with them to develop these tools. Sometimes as developers, they even learn more after they've rolled out the first version. As people use it, they learn from our usage and they add new features to it. So it's important that even when we find these local ones, when we're using them, let's use them very well. Let's be engaging so that the developers can also learn from it and develop them, perfect them for our needs. I hope that makes sense, please. Yeah, that's what I'll say. But one, let's patronize local businesses where they are available. Number two, let's be part of the development process. We may not be techies, but we are end users. And I always say it, there's no value in any solution, any product, if it's not a solution to real needs of businesses like ours. So let's help them to develop the solutions that we need. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Naasei and Ronald. We are going to take our last question from Tanko, and then we'll continue to wrap up. So Tanko, please go ahead with your question.
Okay. All right. So good evening, everybody, and thank you so much, Mr. Stephen Boadi, for the insight. And my brother Ronald, thank you also for the quick response you just gave about the CRM. I belong to the tourism and hospitality sector, to be precise, the accommodation sector. I remember I once called you that, look, there's a great opportunity in that area. Before I called you, I tried to talk to a lot of tech people. I'm not a tech savvy, but again, when it comes to solution-wise, we are also there when Orange Plus. My take is that most of the tech people are engaged. Yes, it's investment when it comes to building those kind of what they call it, the platforms. But most of them also don't do a bit of research in building up a platforms. So you end up building that platform, yet you can't get people to connect to that platform. And I had one or two people that I have a conversation with. They build a nice platform, but yet it is not really connecting to the businesses that we have. So you realize that there is a good Ghanaian tech who are building absolutely fantastic platform. But those platforms, sometimes it is not relating to the businesses we have, the SME business we have in this country. And like I said, where I belong to, the industry I belong to currently, the accommodation sector, the tourism sector, we have over 4,000 hotels in Ghana. And I can tell you for a fact, almost about 3,000 of them are local hotels in the country. But every tech business is focusing on the 5-star, it's focusing on the 4-star. Is focusing on the 3-star, and the 3, 4, and 5 combined, they are not even up to. There are the businesses that are in more, let's say, the budget hotel. Yet we don't develop some of this product but to solve some certain solution with them. I'm ready to re-engage Mr. Ronald on the conversation with CRM to deal with such of this problem so that we can at least together solve a certain problem we have in the industry. Thank you.
I actually need you on this one. So I'm sharing my email, just maybe, or you can share your email and let's talk and reach out. My email is also on there as well. So we can speak more. Sarah, over to you.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much. Was it Tanko?
Yes, Tanko.
Yeah, Tanko. Yeah. I mean, Tanko, that's very true, and I like the passion with which you've spoken about this. Like Ronald has said, he will get back to you, and I will also want to be a part of this. I know some of the challenges you have. For example, people who visit Ghana go to read their reviews on TripAdvisor, but TripAdvisor is not local. You understand what I'm saying? And they do their doing their bookings on this platform. We need to have even a local aggregator for these reviews and things like that, so we see them in the same space. So there are a lot of opportunities there. Let's get together with Ronald, and I'm sure he has a great team. Where there's a need, they'll be able to provide a solution, and we'll work on it. I will be there to provide the support and guidance that I can. Yeah, thank you. So don't stop here. Let the passion continue, please.
All right, thank you so much for that as well.
All right, so Tanko, I've shared my email in the chat, so just reach out. And
yes, I've seen it, so I will continue from there.
Sure. Sarah, over to you.
Okay, all right. Daniel, you have something else to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to see with the last one. I know we are almost wrapping up, but there's a question that just popped up that I want Naasei to help me address. So I wanted to find out what would he suggest to startup businesses. At what point do you think it becomes very necessary to use like a CRM software with regards to customer base?
I'll say as early as from day one, if you can afford it. Okay. But if you can't afford it, the key is that when it comes to knowing your customers, it takes more than just having their name and phone number and email address. You need to track everything, every engagement, every order from the customer. I'll give you an example. When in UK and Europe and other places, they started giving customers what you call loyalty cards. You know what you call, like here you go to Melcom, you know the Melcom card, right? When they started giving people those loyalty cards, some people didn't understand it, but they used it to capture data on what was in every home. So they could tell how many bottles of milk you are drinking in a month in this household, or they'll be able to track it that way. That information gives them insight to be able to even go back to manufacturing and say how many cartons we need to produce and put on the shop floor every month. All the relevant data that they need. Okay. Now for you, let's say you're a fashion designer. Okay. You need more than just the name and contact and even the measurement of your customer. It will make sense to know the clothes you made for them over a period. So you can be able to then advise, oh, you've got this one in the wardrobe. Maybe if you bought this other one, you can match it. Things like that. Okay. So what I'll say is if you cannot afford it, at least start with a spreadsheet. And the spreadsheet should be detailed with enough information so you can be able to track everything that you goes on with your customer. Then, as early as possible, as soon as you can, please, these tools are not expenditure, they are investment. You see the way I've explained what the supermarkets use the data from your loyalty card for. The same way, the more you know about your customers, those details, they give you insights. Insights are actionable trends that you're seeing. They help you, for example, to be able to tell what to stock. I'll give a last example, then I'm talking too much. For example, I used to be a consultant for a makeup company. We have to learn that the ladies will tell me if I'm wrong. During a certain period in the year, liquid foundation is what you would use. At a certain period in the year, you use the powder foundation because of the weather. There are some women who work in certain spaces that they need to put on what we call a primer before they put on the foundation. You need to learn these. So when you learn that, you know, what do I need to stock? Which variant of my product is being flying off the market? Which SKUs do I need to keep? We are manufacturing water. You are doing 750 ml. You're doing 500 ml. And you find that the 750 ml is staying there forever because the 500 ml is what is moving. People are buying. There's no point in continuing to produce the 750 if that's not moving. But it's only data that will help you to be able to know this. So the CRM, like I said, if you can afford it from day one, invest in one. If you can't, at least keep a spreadsheet that tracks some of these. And as soon as possible, when you have money, invest in a useful CRM and it will help you make more money, be more profitable. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Naasei. Thank you, Ronald. Thank you all for your questions as well. So just to wrap up, Naasei, please, I think David left a question in the comments.
Let me check. Okay.
Yeah. M-Notify used to have an app. Where is it, please? Mr. Henry, we currently do not have the mobile app, but we have the web app available. That's when you go on the BMS website, you can access the platform. For now, the app is not available, but we are working on bringing it back better. So we would keep you updated when it's ready for you to use again. So it's not being scrubbed off, but it's something that we are working on bringing back a better version. Naasei, please, have you seen
the
question?
Yeah, I've seen it. David, for these specific tools, if you just go onto YouTube, for example, and search for them, they all have how-tos that you can find there. You can go through them step by step. Okay. Now, that's a start. Some of these also, you will find that courses like Udemy and the rest have them. Okay, that you can do. The next thing I'll say is that maybe on platforms like this, next time what we can do is we focus. Let me finish this call now. Come, okay. My assistants need attention now. Let me finish this. maybe next time we can make them very more specific, and then we can be more practical and we point and click. So, for example, we decide that today we are focusing only on, let's say, WhatsApp business, and everybody will come with their own, laptop or their phone, and we can practice it. Okay, when it's just 30 minutes, we can practice a lot. That's why I try to put the videos there so you can watch them as a starter. But YouTube, I would say, is not only good for opening videos; it's a very, very good learning platform, and let's use it.
All right, great, awesome. Ronald, you have something else to add?
Yeah, so maybe just as a listening CEO and listening to the room, I just wanted to announce that we would consider a practical session in the next session, so that would be like a part 2 to this conversation, and we are hoping that Naasei would be able to join us with that as well too. So for all of you who maybe have other follow-up questions or want to try out the tools, we would have a more practical session. Well, also in view of that, it might be free, it might be paid, but that is also under conversation that would come up, but it would be a much more lengthier session as well. So just follow our page, our channel, and we'll share all the details on there as well.
Okay, great. Thank you. Please, the link to the channel is in the chat. So I think a few people are asking how to get the videos. That's Naasei mentioned. We'll be sharing everything on the channel. So please, if you haven't yet, I'm sharing the link again because a few chats have come up, so maybe you wouldn't see it. So I'm sharing the link again. Kindly follow our channel. That's where we are going to share all the recording of this particular session, as well as the videos and presentation that Naasei took us through today. All right, so just to wrap up, I think Ronald has already touched base on that, but let me just go through again. mNotify is not just about BMS or the bulk SMS that most of you know us for. We have other products like the AI chatbots, like Naasei mentioned. WhatsApp Business is a good platform for you to be able to get your business running. So we have an AI chatbot which runs conversations 24/7. You don't need to be online to be able to chat with your customers. You just leave the chatbot to run, take orders for you, take payments and everything. All you need to do is to fulfill the order. At the same time, you have the FAQ bot where it just answers questions that keep coming up, so you don't always have to be behind your PC or phone or even get someone to always be answering the same questions over and over again, but you have the chatbots doing that for you. We also have a phone anchor and call center solution where you can, when you call MTN, the whole professional feel and process of calling a company or a brand, and you are welcomed with a greeting and all of that. It helps you to also keep track of the calls that are coming in. The number of calls you are taking in a day or in a week. It helps you to listen in and listen on recordings as well, to be able to actually know, especially if you are not the one directly communicating with your clients or your customers. It's best to have this so you can always listen in and know how your people are communicating with your clients or customers, and it will help you to further grow your business or help you to train your staff as well. So we have these tools available. If you need more information on any of these things, or you like to request for any of these things, we can book a demo session with you and take you through how it works, and then we can take it from there. So if you need any of these services, please send an email to us at support@mnotify.com. We would get in touch with you when we receive your email, and then we would schedule a meet. It'll be great if you can add your contacts when you send the email, so we'll directly call you and then we can schedule something for you. So that's will be it from my end. Thank you all so much for your time today. It's been very, very great and insightful. So Naasei and Ronald, if you have any closing remarks, then we can just close, please.
Not for me. Just to say that thank you very much for the opportunity. Two things. I didn't even know mNotify was like 2 minutes from my house. So now we are family, and I'll be popping down the road. Number two, for those of us on this platform, let me just say that let's stay on this platform. Let's be active. It's the only way we can learn from each other. We can also be supported by mNotify. I know what they are doing, and I know that if you remain active and you help them to learn more about your business, they'll be able to provide the solutions that you're looking for. So yeah, let's be active. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Naasei. In conclusion, I would want to say thank you very much, Naasei, once again for, taking time to take us through some of these timeless nuggets. I've been doing business for 13 years, but I always learn when I listen to some of these conversations. And I've learned a lot from which even when we go back to Notify, when I get to the office tomorrow, I will be making sure that we start working on. So thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it, and we look forward to counting on you to come back for a part 2 on the practical session. This is me making you commit in advance. Yes, and thank you very much to our wonderful audience as well. Follow us on our channels. Certainly there's more to come, more tools, more exciting conversations, and let's keep the conversations going on beyond here. Thank you very much to Sarah as well for the excellent moderation. We appreciate that as well. So a good evening to all of us, and I hope to see you guys sometime, someday, somewhere. Cheers. Bye.
All right. Thank you
Bye.
also. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Bye.
Bye.